which comprises careers, related mechanics, maintenance, mining, metallurgy, logistics, and electromobility. He has also served as National Director of Electricity and Electronics Area as an advisor and career director. He has experience in management, design, and implementation of training programs and the links with the productive and service sector. In the productive sector, he has worked in the area of production, planning, and maintenance. Welcome, Hector. Then we have Shinta Hernandez, PhD, is the founding dean of Virtual Campus at Montgomery College in Montgomery County, Maryland. From the time she started in January 2007, she has helped to advance work in areas of open education and open pedagogy, social justice and equity, inclusive curriculum, faculty professional development, international collaborations, online education, and social science disciplines. Dr. Hernandez currently serves as the Vice President of Professional Development on the Community of College Consortium for Open Education Resources, Executive Council. She is the co-founder of the global award-winning United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Open Pedagogy Fellowship, which has grown to more than 10 institutional partners across North America, Central America, the Caribbean, and Asia. She also serves as the Department Chair of Sociology, Anthropology, and Criminal Justice at MC, where she led a department through the implementation of Z courses using culturally relevant open educational resources that resulted in students in her discipline saving approximately $1 million in textbook costs. She was also chair of the Maryland Higher Education Commission, Faculty Advisory Council. Dr. Hernandez holds a BA degree in psychology from Brandeis University, degree in social policy from Town University, and PhD degree in sociology from the University of Maryland Park. She was awarded the Outstanding Faculty of Award for Excellence in Teaching Advising from Montgomery College in 2017, and the Excellence Award from the National Institute for Staff and Organizational Development. The other able leader for today is Lindy C. Walker. Lindy C. holds a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from McGill University, master in environmental applied science and management from Toronto Metropolitan University. At present, she is Associate Director for Sustainability at Amber College in Canada. She oversees Amber College's institutional strategic priority to be a national leader in campus sustainability. She works with senior officers, other administrators, faculty, and students to provide the knowledge, skills, and motivation that will integrate sustainability values and practices into the college's strategic planning processes, the management of its resources and operations, facilities, planning, and design, its research activities, the curriculum, and the extracurricular life of the campus. Finally, but not the least, we have Lisa Salem Wiseman. Dr. Lisa Salem has been an active and engaged member of the Amber community for 18 years. She began as a faculty member and a PC in the Faculty of Liberal Arts and Sciences before moving into the role of Associate Dean in the Faculty of Health Sciences and Wellness in 2016. She is currently Special Advisor Amber Learning Outcomes, in which she advances the sustainability mindset across Amber's academic curriculum. Lisa has a PhD in English from York University and is the author of 3 textbooks, the most recent which focuses on interpersonal communication. Lisa is a member of Amber's EDI task force and a co-chair of both the Sustainability Steering Committee and the Sustainability Faculty Champions Community of Practice. I'm so excited to be the facilitators of this great team that is discussing the topic on faculty training. As we all know, if anything has to be done in our institutions, the trainer must be at the forefront. And this trainer is the one who designs everything that is to be done. And now, to start off, I will invite the first speaker, that is I now invite Hector, Enrique, and all the others, just in a few minutes, to answer this. What should a teacher that encourages SDG education in our students be like? I start with Hector.
Hola, Glory. Muy buenos días. Primero que todo, agradecer la invitación y encantado también de poder compartir este panel de conversación con estos tremendos panelistas también internacionales para poder hablar sobre los desafíos que tenemos las instituciones de educación superior para poder contribuir también al desarrollo sostenible desde lo que hacemos, ¿no? Que es el formar personas, el poder también que estas personas puedan, en definitiva, aportar a estos objetivos que son mundiales. Y en términos de los docentes, yo primero creo que es importante partir con que temas tan importantes como los que son definidos en los Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible requieren sin duda de una forma urgente de cambio en nuestro estilo de vida y una transformación también en nuestra forma de actuar y pensar. Pero para poder lograr eso necesitamos sin duda nuevas competencias, actitudes, habilidades, conocimientos que estén asociadas a las conductas para que las sociedades sean más sostenibles, ¿no? Y por lo tanto las instituciones de educación superior debemos responder a estas necesidades a la hora de poder ir definiendo nuestros contenidos, nuestros programas formativos, nuestras estrategias de aprendizaje, que deben ser pertinentes entonces para ir introduciendo estas estrategias que permiten también ir empoderando a nuestros estudiantes e instalando a nuestras instituciones en incluir estos objetivos de desarrollo sostenible en la estructura también de gestión, ¿no? Pero sin duda que para poder lograr estos objetivos, el factor clave, la piedra angular, es la formación de nuestros docentes. Es decir, necesitamos docentes que estén empoderados, docentes que estén preparados para ser facilitadores y que tengan que desarrollar estas competencias claves que hablaba anteriormente. Ahora, estas competencias generales para la sostenibilidad también necesitan competencias que estén asociadas a las capacidades metodológicas y pedagógicas, ¿no? Un factor clave tiene que ser con cómo incorporamos estas estrategias metodológicas que faciliten el aprendizaje, donde el docente se convierta en un facilitador, que los estudiantes puedan crear, innovar en base a estos grandes desafíos, ¿no? Pero también en la formación más transversal. ¿Ya? Ahora, por otra parte, los objetivos o las estrategias también deben estar asociadas a aprendizajes de desafíos reales de la sociedad, ¿ya? Es decir, que sean demandados, y en nuestro caso en INACAP somos una institución que está a lo largo de todo el territorio nacional de Chile, y por lo tanto los problemas territoriales, en base también a los objetivos de desarrollo sostenible, tienen que ser abordados también por nuestros estudiantes y ahí entonces las estrategias metodológicas vuelven a jugar un factor muy importante en esto, ¿no? Y ahí el aprendizaje, que nosotros hemos denominado el aprendizaje integrado al sector productivo servicio, es decir, que los estudiantes desarrollen problemáticas real en su contexto de su proceso formativo, sin duda es clave y los apalanca con estos objetivos de desarrollo sostenible que hoy día son transversales. Y entonces ahí es donde hay que avanzar desde la formación docente, ¿no? Entonces creo que como resumen y con esto termino, la formación en la estrategia metodológica es clave, el perfil docente, pero también en el relacionamiento con los territorios para que esa estrategia y el currículum alineado tenga impacto también y de esa manera entonces contribuya a los objetivos sostenibles. Y por otro lado, la formación transversal, porque sin duda este es un cambio de la sociedad en el contexto completo.
Thank you so much, Hector, for very emphatic comment on the trainers should be empowered. These professionals should be empowered to be creative and innovative. The same question goes to Dr. Shinta. What should a teacher that encourages SDG education in our students be like? Welcome, Shinta, Dr.
Thank you so much, Glory. And I will probably have a little bit of overlap with Hector, but I have three things that I think in my experience are critical characteristics of a teacher in SDG. Certainly passion, extreme passion and willingness to change, to be the leader of social change. I think the teacher has to have a lot of compassion, a lot of empathy. They have to understand what is going on that is wrong and what is going on that is right. And from there, they'll know what changes need to happen and how can we meet those goals. I think the teacher also has to be innovative. They have to be creative. They have to be able to think outside the box. And sometimes that means they have to go away from their traditional way of learning, their own traditional way of teaching. They have to find some ways to engage the students in a different way that is more exciting and more interesting and gets the students to want to learn, to know how to make changes in our society and how to achieve those SDGs. I also think that the teacher should get the students to think about how to make these changes in a very effective and efficient and cost-effective way. We want to, the planet is here, but if we're not careful, the planet won't be here. And so it's important to make sure that the work that we do with our students in the SDG area is very timely and cost and time efficient. And I also think, and this is similar to Hector's point, that we empower our students. So that means that the teacher has to be a good leader, a bold leader, a courageous leader, a leader who is not afraid to take a stand on something and say to their students, okay, we're going to move forward and achieve these goals together. And so when you empower students, you are really letting them be in control. So the irony is that the teacher is the leader, but you have to empower the students so that they're in control of their learning experience, so that they increase their engagement and their excitement and their passion for achieving the SDGs.
Thank you so much, Shinta. What I'm picking from you is that the teacher must be innovative and cost-effective. Now, I want to hear the same question from Lindsay Walker. Welcome.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Well, being the third to answer this, I'd probably repeat. So I'll probably be a bit shorter so I don't take up more time. I think that teachers need to be learners themselves and remember that we are all learners in the classroom, even if we're the teacher or the professor, because doing things a little bit differently means you have to learn something in a different way and run things in a different way sometimes. So I think that comes to mind right away. And I think courageous. Yeah, because it's easy to do things just the way we used to and teach the course perhaps you've taught many times. But yeah, we need to have a shift. We need it long ago, but if we haven't already, then we need to be courageous and open and flexible and learn what we need to do. And I think the last piece I'll add would be, it's not that your whole course and everything you were teaching needs to change, but you have to think about it from a different angle, perhaps, or parts of it, and even just taking a different lens to the same information that you're sharing and the teaching. So building in a project or an example or a reading that you're including that's related to the community, that connects to an SDG, and even just being explicit about the things you're already teaching and how they relate to the SDGs. And that in itself lets the students know that they are learning these things and in what ways, what do they mean? That sort of thing is very important. And being interdisciplinary, remembering to talk to your colleagues and maybe make a project that works with 2 courses or 2 programs, because those solutions that we need are not just one-dimensional. They're going to take all people together and all skills and practices to work together for real solutions. And I want to note that Lisa was unable last minute to join. So just me from Humber today. Thank you.
Wow, I was almost calling Lisa because I had not seen her. I don't know whether you have also spoken on our behalf. And the good thing is that I'm hearing that you are saying that a teacher must be a learner themselves, especially with the changing technology. We all agree that the teachers or the trainers should keep on learning every day. Otherwise, they will be redundant in class. Now we can go to individual question, and my question to Hector: what is the value of the integrated learning initiative for the productive sector with INACAP is carrying out for general learning and in particular for solving sustainability changes? You are muted.
Ahora sí, sorry.
Sorry.
Primero, como contexto, comentarles que INACAP está viviendo un cambio importante dentro de su modelo educativo, ¿no? Y eso sin duda tiene un impacto también en el modelo curricular y por lo tanto en el desarrollo de nuestros programas formativos. En el modelo, que tiene 4 ejes, en definitiva hay 2 que tributan muy bien a lo que hoy día estamos conversando. Uno es el desarrollo territorial, ¿no? Por lo que explicaba anteriormente de que INACAP se despliega en todo Chile y el norte de Chile es totalmente distinto a las realidades y los desafíos también que tiene la zona austral extrema. Y por otro lado es el aprendizaje integrado al sector productivo. Ahora, ¿cómo esto lo conectamos en definitiva también con los objetivos de desarrollo sostenible y cómo hoy día lo estamos abordando? Primero es que el sector en general, y cuando hablo de sector productivo estoy hablando de las empresas, comunidades, sector público, privado, ¿ya? Es decir, esta triple hélice, ¿no? que es sumamente importante para la formación, sean parte del proceso de enseñanza y aprendizaje de nuestros estudiantes. ¿Y cómo son parte de este proceso? Es a través de abrir espacios de aprendizaje. Y estos espacios de aprendizaje queremos que se desarrollen en los propios territorios en base a los desafíos que tiene este territorio, ¿no? Entonces hoy día nosotros tenemos problemáticas que están relacionadas con cada uno de estos territorios y donde los estudiantes entonces en conjunto con sus profesores que juegan este rol sumamente importante que hablábamos al principio de liderazgo, de empoderamiento, ¿no? Guían a nuestros estudiantes en el abordaje de estos desafíos para poder proponer también soluciones que estén en base a lo que esperamos y que en muchas de las líneas están, de hecho, nuestras asignaturas de innovación y emprendimiento están enfocadas en que los estudiantes desarrollen propuestas para los desafíos de desarrollo sostenible, ¿ya? Entonces, el valor que se le agrega yo creo que tiene 2 objetivos principales, ¿no? Uno es aportar directamente al territorio en base a estos objetivos, proponer soluciones para ello, pero también a la vez acerca a los estudiantes al contexto del trabajo, ¿no? Al mundo real, y por lo tanto los enfrenta a situaciones en las que ellos se van a ver enfrentados. Este tipo de situaciones los estudiantes lo empiezan a enfrentar desde sus primeros años de formación, ¿no? No solamente esperar a sus asignaturas finales para que se enfrenten a estos desafíos, sino que también lo aborden en carreras quizás que son, en el caso nuestro, de ciclo corto, que son carreras cortas que duran 2 años, como también en carreras profesionales que son de 4 años, ¿ya? Esperamos que los estudiantes en este nuevo proceso que estamos llevando a cabo enfrenten a lo menos tengan 5 experiencias de aprendizaje integrado con el sector productivo durante su proceso formativo, y muchas de ellas en base a los desafíos también territoriales, y que por lo tanto aporten también al desarrollo de ese territorio.
Okay, thank you so much for giving us the experience at INACAP. I want to believe majority of us would share the same experience about our trainees and the faculties in the department wherever we are, because it is true that we have to guide our students to be innovative. We have to make them interact with the environment and the industries, both public and private sector. And now I want to invite Dr. Shinta. How does teacher training in SDGs impact in the classroom?
Thank you, Glory. A couple of really exciting ways that I have seen through our training that has impacted the classroom. Number one of the things that we do through our training or after the training is done is we talk to the students. We ask them to reflect on their experience from taking these courses that the professors who went through the training have taught and the assignments that they have to do. We've had students say that because of their experience, they have changed their career options or they've changed their major of study, what they're going to study in college. So to us, that is just mind-blowing because we never would have thought that teaching SDGs would actually impact them in such big and long-term ways. And so we've seen a lot of those students leave Montgomery College, they go to a university and they really are majoring in an area that is connected to the SDGs, environmental change, education, combating poverty and racial or gender discrimination. So that's really exciting to see. The other thing that we've asked when we asked the students, they told us that their lifestyles have changed. So the little things that they do, something as simple as they no longer throw things on the floor, on the ground. They actually put it in the trash. And to me, it's second nature to put things in the trash, but I guess it's not second nature for everybody. So when they're learning those SDGs, they realize that something like that, when you're throwing the trash on the sidewalk, has a huge impact on our environment. So that's just one example of how lifestyle changes have occurred because of the classroom learning that they get from the teachers who have been trained in SDGs. And then one last thing I will say in terms of impact, they talk about it with their family and their friends. So the impact, I'm positive, is impacting their family and friends and their lifestyle changes. So I think one of the beautiful things we've witnessed is that one community after another, we will begin to see change happening. We will begin to see that our students are very focused on making sure that we reach those SDGs one school at a time.
Thank you so much. And it is interesting to hear that the students become agents of change. They become change themselves they start even taking care of the environment. I've seen the same in our country, whereby they start taking care of the environment. And you're also saying that as they interact with their families, they also change because of what the students have undergone. And now, Lidisi, from your engineering background, how should the teacher incorporate SDGs in training?
Yes. Well, so at Humber College, we've done it in a few different ways, trying to be flexible, like I spoke to, and interdisciplinary. So from the administration and sort of strategic and planning side, we have created something that are called Humber Learning Outcomes. And so, when we train a nurse, we have requirements from our government and ministry that say, you will train them, this is what they need to learn. But that's the same direction to all the campuses and institutions. So, but if you come to Humber, you will get that required learning, and you will also get other learning outcomes that we have worked with students and faculty and our communities and businesses to understand what they are looking for, what they think they need as an understanding a learning outcome. And so when you come, you will learn equity, diversity, inclusion in terms of, in this example, nursing. You will learn Indigenous knowledge and ways of knowing and doing and being in terms of nursing. And you will learn sustainability as well in terms of that. And the fourth mindset, we call them, is systems thinking. So we've done, and figuring out what those things would be, those learning outcomes, took a very long time. We spent a year or two speaking with all the folks in our communities of what do you see as needed in that employee that comes to work with you for the future and to make change. And so for that sustainability mindset piece, we've used the SDGs as one of our main ways to help the nursing faculty or the graphic design or the engineer or whoever to understand how it does relate to it. And it's, yes, it's energy and it's waste that might be created through your work, but how does this impact public health? How does this impact all sorts of other interactions and connections? So that has been a way that we've worked from the administration side. So we, have a goal that every program at Humber will embed those four mindsets, one of them being sustainability, into every program by 2024. So we're tracking it, and we're doing surveys, and we're working through tracking to see how we're doing. And then there's the other side. So what you do just on the ground, in the hallways and in workshops and sessions and one-on-ones with our faculty members. So we have built a community of practice that meets regularly to share what's working in the classroom related to the SDGs and sustainability. What didn't work? What did you try and didn't work? And we share these things with each other. There's a group of over 60, 70 faculty members that share regularly, either in person, virtually, or in emails, just sharing about what's working and how. And there's big things like capstone projects where the end of your program, you do a big project, and they're all very focused in the sustainability way, down to just more simple reading or whatever. And we work with each faculty to help build their capacity, learnings, in order to bring that to their classroom and programs. And then as the time will go on, we will start to see that show up in that administration and the learning outcomes and what we're tracking. So we kind of trying to do it, and that's just a brief summary, but we're doing it from both ways. We're trying to do one-on-one with faculty work, and we're trying to make the full goal across our institution to make sure that we embed this in a way that can work for everyone, that they understand, and we can show it to the students. Here's what you've learned. Do you understand? And we're even trying to survey them to say, can you see where this has connected to your role in your career going forward? So yeah.
That's really interesting that every discipline has SDGs integrated in it. And this is what I'm looking forward in all our training, because if every faculty is embedding the SDGs as they train their faculties, they go back to the trainees and disseminate the same. And now that we don't have Lisa, I had a question for Lisa, and I think we can try to share on it. How should faculty training be modeled to address SDG And I will start with Hector. How do you think that we should model the SDGs to address how do we model the SDGs to the training?
Bueno, yo creo que hay un tremendo desafío tal como lo comentaba Litzai, de poder ir incorporando esto en distinto nivel, ¿no? Uno desde la formación en nuestros programas formativos, ¿no? Pero también en actividades quizás que son extracurriculares o cocurriculares que van aportando también al perfil de egreso y a las competencias transversales de nuestros estudiantes, ¿no? Y ahí es sumamente necesario tener esa flexibilidad, ¿no? El poder ser flexible desde el currículum, pero también ir aportando en los otros elementos que aportan también a los estudiantes en este proceso formativo, ¿ya? Vuelvo al punto de lo que conversábamos al principio, ¿no? Aquí el factor de cambio, sin duda que es el docente, ¿no? Y por lo tanto, creo que los mayores esfuerzos tienen que estar puestos en la formación de los docentes, ¿no? Que son quienes motivan a los estudiantes y se convierten en estos líderes, en definitiva, para que podamos hacer este cambio que se necesita, ¿ya? Creo que las temáticas de los objetivos sostenibles hoy día son muy transversales y por lo tanto quizás desde lo curricular no es tan difícil incorporarlos, porque son demandas que hoy día están muy latentes en cada uno de nuestros países y de los territorios, ¿ya? Pero sí el cambio de la conducta a una conducta más sostenible, creo que es un cambio que va asociado quizás más a las competencias transversales que debemos desarrollar en nuestros estudiantes y por lo tanto ahí la clave está en la sala de clases con nuestros docentes que son parte de quienes motivan, pero también en el ecosistema que acompaña el proceso formativo del estudiante y que tiene que ver con las otras, digamos, herramientas que se le entregan a través de talleres, ¿no? De actividades cocurriculares, de intereses personales de cada uno de los estudiantes. Y creo entonces que la institución debemos tener esas plataformas o ese ecosistema que sin duda aporte a cada uno de estos objetivos.
Thank you so much, Hector. And I like the way you are stressing about flexibility because the trainer has to adopt in every situation. I will ask the same question to Shinta. How should the faculty training be bundled to address SDG?
Thank you, Glory. So first of all, I want to thank Judy who put in chat the website to our training program at Montgomery College. So thank you. Please take a look at it when you all get a chance. Number one, I think it's important that the title of our training program has to have the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals up front. And so when you click on that, you'll actually see that the name of the training program has UN SDGs at the beginning. So it's sending a message to our college, it sends a message to our partners, sends a message to our faculty that is one of the primary, if not the sole, objectives of this training program, that we do need to become, all of us, agents of change. So messaging is important, and messaging comes with the title of the program. And number two, when we develop these programs, it's a summer program. So we take the whole year to develop it every year. We always want to make it, better and bigger and enhance it. So throughout the year, before it goes live in the summer, we are constantly being intentional about how we can incorporate the SDGs in different ways every year. So when the faculty come into our summer training program, they get deep sessions on the SDGs. What is it? Why is it important? We take them through a whole set of interactive and engaging activities just on the SDGs alone. And we do the same thing for other aspects of the fellowship too, like open pedagogy and interdisciplinary connections. But there is that sole focus on the SDGs. And so again, it's a messaging piece, right? It's messaging to the faculty and our communities that this is a critical component of our program. And then also in the summer, we train our faculty to learn how to incorporate this into the classroom. how can they engage their students in a way that is productive, that is motivating, that is engaging, and that is exciting? Something different for the students. And in doing that, we provide opportunities for our faculty to get connected with the community. We bring in community members from our county. We bring in people from all over the state of Maryland to talk about or share resources on how the faculty can partner with those institutions or organizations so that when they're ready to deliver the assignments to the students can get that connection to the community almost so quickly. So it's embedded into the messaging, the title, the leadership itself, the program itself, when the leadership team develops it. And then we teach during the summer how to engage the students in the SDGs.
Thank you so much. And this brings us to another line of engaging the communities so that whatever we are learning in the institution or the trainers and the faculty's training is able to be reflected in the communities that we live in. And finally, to sum up for us, Lidisi, how should faculty training be modeled to address SDGs in your own perspective?
Well, I think I agree with everything that's already been said. Even in the classroom, just those learning outcomes being very explicit on the front page of your course, even before you've selected your course, it's very clear what you're going to learn. And that's really, that again, as you've noted there, that it sets the stage for understanding what's going to come. I'm gonna add something a little different, which is modeling it on campus. So, there is what's going on in the classroom, but I have heard, I've been in this role for over 10 years, and you can go crazy in the classroom and teach, and we've got faculty members that are just doing some just amazing things. And then the student walks out of the classroom and sees our waste bins overflowing, or sees the lights on at nighttime when they're studying in the library, or we have to model it on campus. So we're showing that it's not just what you're learning and what you go take away, but we're doing it every day where we are in this community. And I do think that's very important. We do integrate that with the classroom because we make sure faculty members understand those things. We do lots of projects together that use the campus as a place of learning. And so we have to model that. So, and we do, we're not perfect, but, in an ideal world, the student sees some of these mindsets happening right from the moment they receive their welcome letter and package. So is it a gigantic package that comes in the mail with hundreds of pieces of paper? Or is it electronic or in part electronic? And is right through to convocation? Are we giving out plastic water bottles during convocation, or are we finding other ways to make sure folks know how to get water that day? So renovations in our buildings that are leading and innovative, and then bringing students to those spaces for events, sharing those buildings and why they're special and important of learning. What food are we serving on campus? Is it diverse? Is it reflecting the community that are learning in our classrooms? What kind of materials do we serve that food in? And the systems that are happening day to day that the students are interacting with, because when there's and I think we all probably feel this, you're learning and doing and working so hard in so many ways to advance SDGs, and then you turn around and see how there's so much more work to be done. So in order to really advance this and get students and everyone in our communities to make that change, you do need a little bit of seeing how it's happening, how it can be done. And that is work we're also doing. And while none of it's perfect, we definitely have to show that commitment both inside and outside the classroom.
Thank you so much. And then, like we are saying that we walk the talk. That is what Jude is saying on the chat. Walking the talk is important. If students feel like they are being asked to change, but the educational institution does not, it actually has the opposite impact, making our students cynical and disengaged. It is very true. As the faculty, we have to walk the talk. And now we are coming to the conclusion. And I'm so excited. We had a very engaged panelists who have a lot of experience in trainer management, and they have given us a lot of experiences from their perspective about how the trainers should be retooled so that they can fit in the SDG integration in learning. I can see we have Francisca. Would you like to say something? Welcome.
Sorry, Glory. Here is Pilar. Disculpe. Sí, queremos agradecer mucho a este panel. Creo que todo lo que han comentado, sin duda hay que llevarlo a la práctica. Tiene razón Lindsay cuando dice si no ayudamos en el quehacer en general del campus, no sacamos nada con enfatizar en la sala de clases. Así que Jill, está muy bueno el programa que están hospedando y bueno, Héctor, con el API tenemos que seguir avanzando. Así que agradecerles a todos y dejarlos también muy invitados a la sesión de mañana, que estará también muy buena, y muchas gracias a todos.
Thank you so much, Pilar, for that summary. And we sincerely appreciate everybody, Hector, for your contribution, Cinta and Lidisi. I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow in the next engagement so that we conclude our symposium. Thank you so much, INACAP, for organizing this on behalf of World Federation of Colleges and Polytechnic. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.